Let me get this thumbnail real quick. 1 second. Oh, we got it. Let's go ahead and get into the video, guys. Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, guys, I'm going to talk about 6 different things. 3 things that I like about this car and 3 things that I dislike about this car so far after driving it for over 1,000 miles. If you guys have been following the channel, you guys would know that I just picked this car up. If you guys want to check out my delivery day video, I'll go ahead and leave a little pop-up right here. You guys can go check that out after this video. But let's go ahead, and before I talk about what exactly I dislike and like about this car, let's go ahead and give this car a car wash, because my car is pretty dang dirty right now. Guys, now that the car is looking clean and looking fresh, let's go ahead and get into the 3 likes and 3 dislikes that I have for this car after driving it for 1,000 miles. So before we get into the 3 dislikes, I just wanted to say real quick that these 3 things aren't huge game changers or make me want to return the car right now. They're just 3 little things that I think Tesla could have done better or could improve on in the future. So number 1 is going to be the most annoying thing that I dislike about this Tesla Model 3, and that's going to be the fact that it doesn't have a blind spot detector. This is one of the most annoying things about the car because, you know, it's a pretty expensive car. It's around $50,000. It has top-notch technology on the outside of the car, you know, the cameras and everything like that. And it has the top-notch technology inside of the car as well. And they still don't have any blind spot detectors. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Isn't there a blind spot detection, you know, monitor or something on the display screen? And trust me, guys, I try to use that, but I tested it out and everything like that. And the thing is really delayed. So by the time you want to switch over to the next lane, it won't be able to detect the next car that is in your blind spots, and you'll probably get into a car crash, to be quite honest with you guys. So with that being said, you still have to look over your shoulder before you change your lanes, or you have to carefully look at your side view mirrors before changing your lanes. And the fact that you have to even do that with a highly advanced car and a pretty expensive car at that, I believe Tesla could do a lot better with that. And it's something that I think could be pretty easy as well, because they have cameras all over the car. So I think it could be improved on, whether it be a software update or just new iterations of the Model 3. The second thing that I sort of dislike about this car is going to be the autopilot that comes with the car. Not the one that you pay extra for, but the one that comes initially with the car. I think the autopilot that is on there right now is nowhere near as good as it should be. You know, the way Tesla advertises it, the way they push it out, I think it should be a lot better than what it is. Because to be honest, guys, there was this time when I was driving and using the autopilot. I was on a local road, and when it comes to when lanes merge together, when it comes to, you know, bikers and pedestrians on the biker lane, this thing just can't handle that right now. Because there was this time when I was driving and there was a biker on the bike lane next to me, and when it's detected the biker, the car just completely stopped and it just pulled over to the side, which I think is just crazy because it could be a lot better. You know, Tesla's known for self-driving cars, but the self-driving that comes with the car, I think, is not up to par as to what it should be, especially when you're paying for an expensive car. And I think they kind of do that on purpose, to be honest, because they want to kind of upsell you to buy that $8,000 autopilot feature that you need to buy separately, and it's supposedly much better than the one that comes with the car. To be honest, guys, I wouldn't really trust the autopilot that comes with the car unless we're on a road that's going straight forever. If there are any merges or maybe even intersections, to be honest, and pedestrians, I wouldn't really trust the self or the autopilot that comes with the car. So my third dislike is going to be the build quality of some of the interior parts of the car. And Now, let me go ahead and show you guys real quick right now. So right when you step into the car, this part right here, I bumped into it maybe once or twice stepping into the car, but you guys can just see this is not really high quality material. It can be pushed around easily and it can dislodge easily. I've dislodged actually probably like twice from just trying to get in the car and bumping it with my shoulder. But this thing should not be able to pop out so easily. I think, look at this. Like the way it moves is way too easy. I think Tesla could have done a lot better when it comes to that. All right, you guys, now that we're done with the dislikes, let's go ahead and get into the fun part of the video and talk about the likes or loves that I have for this car. So I've had the car for about 3-4 weeks now, and I've already put like 1,000+ miles on it. And that just goes to show you guys that I love driving this car, man. This thing is different from any gas car. It's just crazy, guys. So the first love that I have for the car is going to be the way that it drives. When it comes to, you know, the handling of the car, when it comes to the instant torque, which is absolutely crazy. You just get addicted to driving this car because this car is extremely versatile. You know, it's something that you can just chill, you can just cruise around in. But when it comes to that time, when you reach that red light and someone pulls up next to you and you want to hit the gas, you know, this car can definitely, you know, do some damage. So it's extremely versatile. It's fun to drive. And I don't think I'll ever go back to a gas car unless it's some really, really nice car. And also, the thing about this car is that it gets a lot of attention too. You know what I mean? On the East Coast, at least, there's not as many Teslas on the road as there would be on the West Coast, I would assume. So this car still does get a lot of looks, and a lot of people really enjoy the car. I'll be driving around sometimes, and people will just be looking over, you know, checking out the car, looking at the interior and stuff like that. So it does get a lot of attention as well, which is really cool to see. You know, it's a nice car, and I worked hard for it, so I like to kind of show people what the car is like and let them enjoy it as well. My second love that I have for this car is going to be, as you guys can see, the sunroof of the car. It just feels so open, so fresh. I don't know what it is, guys. I just love having sunroofs on my car. I would love it to open up, but you know, engineering wise and stuff like that probably doesn't make any sense. It wouldn't be possible, but I love the sunroof, man. It's just, I think this was a big selling point for me on the car. I just love having the open feeling, having the sun go down, even though the tint is still pretty good. But I just love having the sun come down into the car and kind of add a fresh little vibe to it, if you know what I mean. So the third love that I have for this car is going to be the interior of the car. And by interior, I mean the middle consoles, kind of the steering wheel, and the display as well. Mainly just the display, because this thing is crazy. So for normal cars or cars in general, you see a lot of random different buttons that they have on the little middle console that you probably don't even touch on a daily basis. Like most of the buttons, you probably just touch the AC, the radio, and that's pretty much it. And the other buttons are just there for no reason. And with the display, that pretty much covers everything. I mean, this thing literally does everything for the entire car. And I'm really into tech, so I got used to it really, really fast. And it's just second nature to me. I know it might seem intimidating at first, you know, switching over from physical buttons to just one screen. But I promise you guys, if you're into tech and all that stuff, you'll get used to it really fast and you'll actually enjoy it. Now, speaking of the interior of this car, I also want to mention the speaker system, the sound system of this car. I think it's absolutely amazing, and I believe Tesla did all the speakers and everything like that in-house, so they didn't outsource it to any other company. Tesla did it themselves, which I think is also really cool. So the sound quality in this car is really good. I enjoyed, you know, listening to music, podcasts, all that stuff in the car. And no matter how loud I turn on the music or the podcast, it just still seems like there's a surround sound, and it doesn't feel overwhelming at all. So I remember when I had my old car, I would turn on the volume, and then when it got to a certain point, the volume would just sound like, or the sounds would just sound like it would be coming from one speaker rather than all four of the entire speakers. But I think the Tesla does really well when it comes to balancing the sound and not making any, side feel overwhelming or overbearing. That pretty much concludes it for the entire video. If you guys found this video helpful or entertaining, be sure to drop me a like for the YouTube algorithm, because it really helps me out and the channel out. Also, if you're new to the channel, my name is Ben, by the way. I make videos about making money online, Tesla videos like this one, and anything that involves my career in general. So if you're interested in that, please consider subscribing. And lastly, if you ever want to buy a Tesla, consider using my referral link in the description below, because if you use that and buy the Tesla, we'll both benefit from it by getting a free 1,000 miles worth of charging. But with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. I'm out. Peace.